Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. Whew. Let's everybody get up in here. Mm-mm-mm. Oh man, where's everybody at? Mm. Oh, hey, hey, hey. What's going on, everybody? Oh man, some bull scriggity. Some bull scriggity. Oh man. So yeah, had a whole bunch of BS happen. But yeah, I basically had to take time off because my dad unfortunately passed away this weekend. So I had to pretty much take like a whole week off and stuff to kind of deal with like the aftermath of everything that was going on and stuff. So I gotta kind of dedicate myself to keeping busy because I can't really just sit around because I got a video I just filmed today and I had to go take a drive because it's like sitting here just stewing is not really helping out and stuff. So I got to keep on moving and keep on doing stuff. I was literally sitting around the house doing stuff, doing projects that I put off for like weeks. Like I put a lot of stuff off for weeks, even months. And I'm going like, why in the heck do I have the urge to go do them now? It's like I don't want to sit down and just don't do anything. I gotta like just do stuff. So now I'm like, yeah. Now I'm about to go and start making a bunch of daggone videos to keep myself busy and stuff. Because I mean, on one hand, I would like to take time off to sit around and just chill and relax and reflect. But then at the same time, my channel pays for my demon and it pays my Z06 stuff. So I can't necessarily take too much time off. So if you guys been wondering where I've been at for the past week and stuff, that's pretty much why I was, pretty much gone and stuff. Because I lost my dad and stuff. So it's something that we knew was going to happen for a while, but it's like something else happened. And then next thing you know, bam, it just done. So just the suddenness, like nothing can prepare you for losing a parent. And oh man, it just I don't even talk about it, right? But I definitely do, do want to definitely say that I did have that Charter Daytona ever since what Roadkill Nights, all the way through all this crap that's going on, and I definitely have a way different opinion about that car, and it was definitely very convenient. And I talked to Dodge earlier today and sent them an email because I haven't responded back to them for several days because they asked me for the Charter Daytona back and stuff. So I didn't necessarily go and actually talk to them, and they was like, well, hey, look, take your time. If you need like another couple weeks and stuff, you hang on to the car then. So I'm definitely going to actually make more videos with Charter Daytona because I have kind of like a new level of respect for that car. That car's been working totally fine the entire time I had it. I had to go do a whole bunch of damn food runs. Had to do a bunch of run around doing stuff. Had to go here, go there, do stuff for my son and stuff. And that car's been flawless ever since I had it and stuff. So I'm definitely am going to be kind of like I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I will be kind of like heartbroken when that car is gone because I spent so much time in that car. Like I literally like oh man, like Dodge might be pissed off, but from August 9th to 9/8, I done put like literally over 3,000 miles in that car within within 4 weeks. So it's like I drove that car a ton. So I have a pretty good opinion of the Charter Daytona now. And I just have this. It is crazy, but I'll definitely make some more videos about Charger Daytona. It's actually a little bit better than I thought. I still got my reservations on the car, not even just the Charger Daytona in general, but the Charger, because I think the car is still, at the end of the day, way too big. And definitely for everybody who's saw my social media posts by my dad and stuff, definitely like to you know thank all you guys who like sent me DMs and called me and sent me text messages and stuff. I really do appreciate that because I did put out on social media when my dad passed away on freaking Friday and stuff. So definitely thanks everybody who reached out to me, and definitely gonna have to go and keep busy to kind of like ease the blow, ease the pain of this. Um, yeah, I know how it is. Lost in middle school and lost my boss. Oh yeah. You didn't get a ticket for the exhaust being too loud and that Charger, did you? Nah, see, like that's one thing about that Charger Daytona, right? That Froxon chambered exhaust is like the dumbest thing ever, and I like the car way better with it turned off. It's like that car is like driving a silent Hellcat. Like I can do some of the most stupidest stuff, and no one know I'm even doing it because there's no exhaust note. So it's like that car is way better without that daggone exhaust on, and it's stupid quick. Like I can, like if you guys saw like that video I did with Knockout 360 and stuff, uh, like I was literally taking him by surprise, and he had no idea that some of these hits were coming because there's no warning. So that Charlie Daytona was definitely decent. I did say I did have a conversation with Dodge about the Banshee version of it. They said it's gonna be way quicker than that, which would be pretty interesting. And so yeah, that whole situation where that guy who got a ticket for it and stuff, I was watching the short, and apparently he's been pissing off the police before. I guess they're just being dicks about that whole exhaust system and stuff, thinking that he modified the car and just had that exhaust stuff and crap. But yeah, that's I actually thought that was funny. I was gonna make a video about it, but obviously stuff going on, I didn't necessarily do it. So I'm going to basically go and start pumping out a lot of videos to kind of make up for the time that I was down and gone and stuff. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of me as I try to stay busy and keep my mind off of things. And hey, oh, Mr. Texan, I'm actually over in the Winston-Salem area. So I'm over in this little area. I don't know what part of North Carolina you're from, but that's basically like 30 minutes freaking west of Greensboro and like an hour north of Charlotte. So that's where I live at. I live in Winston-Salem area. Um, if they took the frost on chambers also, I bet the weight stands of 300 pounds. Well, I mean, does that really even matter with a car that weighs almost 7,000 pounds? I mean, does it really matter at the end of the day? I mean, it was like, it's like the car is already heavy as crap. But I mean, the one video that I was going to make was I was going to give Dodge some suggestions about making the Charter Daytona even better. One idea I was going to do is like they didn't have like sound packs or theme packs to where I can make the car sound like an Abrams tank or a jet or like a ship, or like I can make it sound like a TIE fighter or something, or I can make it sound like Knight Rider and stuff. So I was like, I want to be able to have it to where you can buy sound packs for the Charter Daytona and you can play all the different sounds in there to actually make it sound different and stuff. So it's like it's a lot of things that I want to like, not necessarily nitpick, but just say that there's some things that I want to give a suggestion that can make the car more appealing, right? Like even like the LED little panels and stuff on the side of the car and stuff. Like I wish they had it to where the LED panels was like they had like each of the LED was individual, so you do like little light shows and had like a little dancing light on the actual doors, go around to the dash, and all that stuff like that, right? So it's like a little things that I'm gonna make videos about. They did tell me that I can have the car for like another couple weeks, so I'm gonna basically film all the stuff I didn't get a chance to film, and then I'm gonna try to get up over the next weekend or two with more creators in North Carolina and stuff to kind of see whether or not I can let's just say, go faster than our old Mopar. And uh, I definitely go find some people who have Mustangs around here so I can go and trigger some Mustang owners because I noticed that over my time that I was gone, me making videos, like I tell you one thing that's crazy. If you go call a Mustang owner's car slow, those guys get so triggered. And then you add in the fact that you are in one of the most hated electric vehicles in the country, that really triggers Mustang owners. Cause like I even got to the point where some of the Mustang owners got real racist. And I thought it was pretty funny. So I gotta make a video about that too. But like it's like if you want like the easiest views ever, talk smack, gotcha. Why where the hell you get in my house from, man? A little freaking thing trying to bite me. Freak out of here. Like where'd you come from? Crazy. But anyway, yeah, you want an easy way to get a ton of views? Call a Mustang owner's car slow ASF, and they will get triggered real easy. Cause I got like one video, basically like 10, 15 seconds. I got 300,000 views on Instagram. I got another one. I got almost 600,000 views on Instagram. Cause I said that some Mustang owner's car had a 0 to 60 in 3.2 minutes. Like these dudes got triggered. Like these dudes got racist. These dudes got like I don't take racism to the point where I get offended. I take racism to the point that I just laugh at it because I mean it's like I never really got exposed to racism when I was younger and stuff because it wasn't really like that. But these young dudes nowadays, oh, these dudes are freaking they weird. These young boys are weird. And so like I said, I got literally almost 1 million views just off calling Mustang owners cars slow as hell. So I gotta make a video about that crap. But I was going around trolling Mustang owners and stuff, and I was like, I need to go clap a Mustang in a Charter Daytona. So I'm gonna go and find like I'm gonna go find some Mustang owners and troll them in a Charter Daytona. There's not well, I can't say that. There are a bunch of people who drive Mustangs where I live at and stuff. I mean, definitely I see more Challenger than Chargers than I see Mustangs, but I see way more Mustangs than I normally would think so, especially now that I'm more conscious of them. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go and try to find some Mustang owners and trigger them, like especially trigger them. Like it's just crazy. I got almost 1 million views in 2 videos, just calling Mustang owners cars slow on Instagram. It is wild. So I'm going to go and get me some nice little footage of a Mustang owner getting clapped by the most hated electric vehicle in the country, if not the world. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty easy. Oh, getting a new red eye Hellcat Challenger engine soon. Hemi tick in metal in the engine. Ooh. Oh boy, you oh man, yeah, you got the mm, that's crazy. There's a Mustang club in Fayetteville. I'm trying to stay around like Greensboro and Charlotte and stuff. That way I have enough range to go and clap them. Like I definitely want to go and find some people who are local to me so I can go clap some Mustang owners because you know how embarrassing it would be to be getting clapped by the most hated electric vehicle in the world. Let's see. I'm planning on getting the 2026 RT Durango next year. I did a lot of thinking. I'm going to try to get it and trade my 2017 RT Durango in on it. Oh, so you basically going? Oh, okay. Basically going for that 392 one. I need to talk to Dodge about that. I'm going like, will they put some better internals in 392? That way you can basically supercharge it from direct connection. That's one thing that I would love to actually do. Well, that's why I definitely love to see how that's going to work. Ray say Mustang that has the same power as the EV. Like I'm not going to discriminate between Mustangs. I just want to find any one of them. It don't matter if it's a freaking it don't matter if it's a a GT 500. Like I just want to smoke one. Like I literally triggered no Mustang owners, right? Like definitely on the highway, I'm at a disadvantage because that Charger Daytona has really no get up and go on the damn highway. It's like literally maxed out. And that's one thing about those freaking EVs. Well, I don't know if it's about EVs in general, but that EV, the Charger Daytona, it can't really do anything on the highway when you are at the speed. So my main advantage is I gotta find somebody slipping and get them from a dig. So I'm gonna have to try to use my advantage against them and stuff. So I'm pretty sure if there was like a 700 horsepower GT500 and stuff, if we're going from stoplight to stoplight, I might be able to do what was it? Mod of Fame said, I better get you stoplight to stoplight, but anywhere else, nah, it's not going to happen. Extended warranty, $200 deductible. Oh, so you basically got a new red eye engine for $200? Whew. Man, did you get lucky? Shoot, like I'll drive my D170, because I haven't drove my D170 like in almost, shoot, I don't think I drove my D170 almost a month. Because like ever since I had that Charger Daytona, I probably drove my D170 like maybe once or twice in a month. And I drove it today and I was like, oh snap. I was like, I'm hearing tick, 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 tick. I'm like, maybe because I haven't drove it in a month. It just, everything's getting like re-oiled and stuff. I'm like, oh crap. So it's like, I usually drive my D170 literally once every 3 or 4 days. Like I always try to keep it regular and keep it fresh. Cause like when I tried to start it up today for my video, it was like, oh man, it was like trying to hesitate to start. So I was like, yeah, I need to make sure I get back to the usual grind of starting it and running and stuff. So yeah, I definitely don't want to have to deal with a brand new D170 engine. I want to keep my car as factory original. I wonder if that's the why they haven't announced when the RT Durango orders are starting, because of them getting the 6.4s built. I think part of the reason why diesel is that they're going to they had to get them recertified probably. Well, I don't think they got to get them recertified because they was in the Durango in 2024. I think that's why they was able to do it. I think they might be trying to basically they was probably trying to get it passed through CARB and stuff. But then it's like, you know what, bump it. We're not going to do it. But I know the main priority for them right now is to make the 5.7s for the Ram. So right now they're trying to, build up that inventory of 5.7 Hemis so they can actually put it in the actual Ram 1500s. Oh, give me a second. Yellow. Okay. Oh man. But yeah, I think the RT is just delayed because their main priority is to build up inventory for the 5.7, because the Ram 1500 is basically the lifeline of Stellantis. That's where they get most of their profit from, is the Ram brand. So number one priority is definitely getting enough engines back into the inventory for them to be able to start selling boom, 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 Ram 1500 with the 5.7 in there, right? And so I think the 392 just lower down in the totem pole, which is part of the reason why that is not really announced when exactly it's going to be coming back. And then also know from they were saying that Ram was thinking about putting the 392 Hemi in like everything above the RHO. So what the limited and the tungsten and maybe like the limited Longhorn, whatever. They're talking about making a 392 option for that. They're still kind of like on the fence of doing that. And I think it's going to take a while for them to do that for Ram, because the 392 was never an option for Ram. So if they do that, I think it's going to happen sometime next year, in the next model year, because they got to do all the crash testing and stuff. So I'm hoping that, just the reason why 392 Durango hasn't been, announced when you start ordering it. It's just because they're basically trying to get as many 5.7s built at the freaking Stellato, where they built all the 5.7, where they built all the Hemis that period. They're trying to build that inventory because they're trying to make like I can't. I don't remember off the top of my head that graphic, but I think they're trying to make like maybe like 500-600 inches a week or something like that down in Mexico. So that's probably why I think they're doing it. But it would be nice if they're going to put some better internals in the 6.4. That way you can go down the line and actually add a supercharger kit from direct connection. That would be like fingers crossed something that I hope they would do. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, Orange County. They're gonna get me on the labor rate. Yeah, yeah, you're definitely done for in California. Like they charge what about $300 an hour for labor? So I think it's something crazy like that they're gonna do there. On my home last week, two Mustangs came past me loud, and I floored it by them. And when they couldn't floor it, oh yeah, I definitely got to mess with Mustang owners. Like I think that can be my next really like foray is to go mess with those guys because those guys get triggered real fast. And I literally only made like a 10-second clip, and those guys got super triggered. So I'm definitely gonna start messing with those guys a lot more. Cause like I said, I got like almost 1 million views off of 2 videos that's like 15 seconds long. So like if you start seeing some Charter Daytona clips of me clapping the Mustangs, oh man, they brought it amongst themselves. Just come out to a cross show on Bragg. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing more events and stuff like that. I just haven't had the time, so I definitely gotta get up and do more things. Any word on how things are going with the solid state batteries should reduce the weight a good bit. As far as I know about that right there, I don't think you're gonna see it for another couple of years. I think if anything, when they do the refresh, when did they say the refresh was coming in 24? I think they said 2028 the refresh was coming. So maybe 2 more years this will be a refresh of the charger. Um, so that would make sense then when they do that refresh. But they did do the whole where it was reported they was messing around with the battery tray in the car. So I'm still thinking maybe 2 more years, not this year, maybe the year afterwards. And they're supposed to do like a little test fleet of them. And I think they said maybe in the next year they're going to basically start doing the test fleet. Let's see. Just hope there will be a lot of direct connection aftermarket upgrades for the new Chargers. I mean, I'm hoping so too, but I'm hoping that even with that, I'm hoping they just make another new car. I mean, my main thing with the Charger, especially had to living with it for like a month and putting like 3,000 miles on it. That is a huge car, and I don't really see like that. That's like taking like an Audi A8. That's like taking like a Grand Cherokee and turning it into a demon and stuff. Like at the end of the day, you can't really cheat physics that great. I mean, you can't just make a 5,000 pound car and just throw 1,000 horsepower at it, and it's going to just beat a lot of stuff. I mean, the demon had a lot of great engineering to it in order to get down and have a great quarter mile time. But I don't know if you can be able to do that and cheat with a daggone Racer X said that the Charger 6 pack car was 4,800 pounds with an inline six in there. Hemi engine gonna weigh a couple hundred extra pounds. Then I'm going like, yeah. So you got literally without nobody in the daggone thing, you're thinking a 5,100 pound car trying to go down the drag strip and try to beat the D170's time. And I'm like, oof, like I mean, maybe with more horsepower and stuff and all-wheel drive. I mean, maybe, but I mean, that's still a ton of weight. A ton of weight. I mean, if they go and take like I mean, I wouldn't mind for them to bring back the old Charger body, do a sheet metal change on it, and then reintroduce the not the Charger, I mean the old Challenger body, do some sheet metal changes to it, and make it look a little more like futuristic and a little more CUDA-ish, and bring it back out again. Because I think that was a great size, and I think if they do some engineering changes to it and adapt it to sell large, that a new Challenger will be pretty cool. Especially if they base it off the old version, change the sheet metal around, and they can build it on cellular large, and they can build it in Canada and stuff. So I think that would be great because I mean, getting in between the Charger and my Challenger, my D170, Like you can feel the weight difference. Like you can feel just how big that new Charger is compared to a Challenger. That car is freaking massive, and I'm going like, I don't know how in the world Dodge didn't make. Like I don't think the two door version of the new Charger would be that bad if they would have shrunk the wheelbase. But I mean, I can see why they didn't do it because they wanted to keep. Well, they wanted to keep the cost down low, so they build two cars out of one body and have a two door and a four door. But I mean, they should have made the two door wheelbase shorter in order to make it more smaller. In order to make it more, it just doesn't make no sense to have a 3-row SUV with a chop top and that's your two door. I mean, I can understand it being a track halt if you want like a fast 3-door car. I mean, a 3-door car, but a 3-row car. So I can understand it like that, but I mean that car to me is way too big to have a drag version. I think it'd be a decent street car, but I don't know if you can make like. I mean, do you really see like cars as big as a Plymouth Fury going down a drag show making a heck of a time? Like you got to throw a lot of power at it. Um. So I mean, me, I'm going like, man, like I just. I'm just hoping that they go introduce a new smaller car next year. We already know they're making the sports car next year, and I hope they're gonna make another mid-sized car. But I mean, there's gonna be a lot of fun things coming. And I think we just have this. I'm gonna call it like the lame duck year. We're gonna have a lame duck year of things that wasn't supposed to happen. And then they gotta go and engineer things real fast. I think Ralph Giles said on a podcast that it took them from concept to production car. It took them like what 18 months to make the first Challenger from a clay model to production. 18 months. He said that was like I think they said that was like the fastest turnaround time they ever did a car. It was 18 months and stuff. So I mean, if I had to figure if they were to strike lightning twice, that from January to January, that's 12 months, and then by next Roadkill Nights, we should see. I'm not saying like a new production car, but at least when we see like a concept car, or we see like a pre-production car of like a CUDA or something like that, I think that'd be cool because they then put the little icon in the portal for a new CUDA. They've already been talking about they're gonna make a small sports car, the Duster and stuff. I've already had people tell me that that Duster car is being made, that new Viper replacement is being made and stuff. So it's a bunch of stuff that's gonna be coming, but it's like when exactly are we gonna see it? I'm hoping by Road Nights we're gonna see some fun stuff, especially with SRT because we were talking to Tim Knisses and he was saying that one of the big things that's going to happen with SRT pretty soon, hopefully, is that they're going to have a new headquarters. Like they're going to have their own building, and from what we was talking about, they're going to do all their development in house of SRT, where they're going to basically bring a vehicle in, based on how they did the old days. They'll bring a vehicle in, do all their different changes, the upgrades to it, and all that stuff right there, and bam, that's how they go and make their mules right there in that one building. So I'm hoping this new building that they're going to go and grab is going to be a building they're going to actually put a production line in and go and actually make something like a something like how they did the old Viper and stuff, where they had like a kind of like a little production line that kind of hand builds cars. But I don't think they're gonna hand build any more cars in the future. I think they probably make like a small little production line that made like specifics like sport vehicles and stuff. So we'll just have to see. I'm definitely waiting and hopefully seeing some announcement pretty soon about this new building from SRT. I think once that happens, that's when the fun level gonna be turned to 11 because you can see some very fun things. Now they got their own dedicated building and stuff, and like from just talking to Tim about this and stuff, he was like, yeah, he want to do like a SRT club and stuff, do SRT sponsored events. So I mean, Tim has a lot of free reign now that he has compared to what he had under Stellantis and Carl Tavares. So just talking to him, I'm definitely pretty excited to see a lot of the stuff that's gonna be coming over the next. I say 2 years, we're gonna see some very very fun stuff. I say 1 year, you can basically have nothing, where it's gonna be like a lame duck year, and then I would say from Road Connects next year to the next Road Connects after that crap, I think we're gonna see a bunch of stuff getting launched, and I'm hoping that like I said, the the unveiling of their new SRT headquarters. I'm hoping that right there shows a very good clue of what's gonna be coming. Oh, let's see. Any state making a law so I can't purchase a new SRT high power. Hey, love a few. You in California, so you already know you ain't getting it. You can't even get a 392 or a Durango Hellcat. So you already know that's happening. So um, then you got to think, if they make a 426 CUDA, y'all ain't getting that car in California. I'll tell you that car right there. So that might be the most interesting thing that you might have people who want these cars but can't get them, and they gotta come up with creative ways to actually get them in California. Um, so I mean, the thing is like, who's gonna be the next governor of California? Because that person right there, if people vote wrong next November and stuff, oof, you talking about a lot of people might be, especially a lot of people who like fanatics and stuff, especially about cars. Are they gonna leave because they can't get a lot of products coming out? Because I mean, you got to think, freaking, Ford's about to have that new GT500 or Cobra, whatever they're gonna call it. It's gonna be a new supercharged Mustang coming, so that's gonna probably have 9 horsepower, maybe. Hell, it'd be crazy if they had like 1,000 horsepower Mustang. Then you got to figure that GM's gonna basically. I mean, I hope GM come back and bring another Camaro. I hope it'll come back as like a crossover or something. But I hope they do bring another Camaro and just base it off the CT5 and just basically just shorten the wheelbase down, turn to a 2-door, and be done with it. I mean, I hope they're gonna bring back another Camaro. I'm actually a Camaro fan. Um, but we should see a lot of horsepower coming back for a lot of cars. So especially with no cafe fines, no carb fines and stuff. So I'm hoping that if Dodge can get like the 426 Elephant like street legal just in federal states, I think you have a plenty of those guys who live in those states that will buy those cars and basically just drive the crap out of them, because them cars are gonna be very valuable, because they're gonna be basically banned cars, and you're not gonna be able to forever get 426s. It's like this right here is like a great time period of maybe like 3 years that they should do everything they can to bring 426s out, and those cars will probably be like the most valuable freaking cars ever, because you only have maybe a 2 or 3 year run of 426s, and literally the government is going to ban them from being sold ever again. So I'm just going like, man, they should definitely do 426s. Try to do everything they can to bring them out, because um, I did get a lot of smirks and ha-has and kikis and stuff when I was talking about 426, because I was like, hey, look, I want a 426 Charger, a 426 TRX, a 426 Durango. I'm going like, you can literally, like, if you are gonna go the process of banning the 392 and the Durango Hellcat from carb states, you might as well go all out 426, literally your entire lineup, and have a version just only for the federal states. And I'm telling you, you will not be able to keep any of those cars on the shelf. Like, I mean, could you just imagine like a 1,300 horsepower Elephant Durango or like a 1,300 horsepower Trackhawk TRX? Like, it will literally destroy literally everything on the road. Like, could you just imagine like you having a TRX with like 1,300 horsepower, has like double the horsepower than a freaking Raptor R? Oh man, it's crazy the stuff that can happen if they just go and try to put all the eggs in that basket, because they'll make the profit. Guys will come off all their current cars and they can make a 426. Like, everybody come off their demons and stuff. Everybody come off all their current cars and they'll go jump to a 426 version. And I'm like, they got two different ways they can do 426s, because like I tell you guys, they was working on a 426 based off the 392 Hemi. So if they make a 426 based off 392, you talking about a $56 car right there. And then if they make the Elephant version, I mean, sure, it's gonna be like 100 grand, but I mean, that's definitely gonna be a vehicle gonna be worth a lot of money in the future. But I mean, they're gonna make cheaper cars and stuff, and it's gonna be great that if they go and put 426s in a lot of stuff, then they'll definitely get rid of this nonsense with these damn dealers and stuff to where they were trying to hold on to all these cars. There were just so many 426s out there and stuff that people will buy that hopefully you ain't got to deal with markups and stuff. But I think a 426, like I said, regardless if it's a naturally aspirated or the Elephant version, I think they can do 426 for two budgets. Top end for people who's balling on the budget, because if you can afford a 392 Hemi, the 426 version is basically the same exact engine. They just basically was gonna basically update the 392 to a 426, and you basically got the same exact engine in there, right? And then if you want to go for the top end people who have a lot of money, like 100 grand baking in their pocket, 426 Elephant, and I think that would be a great way to give pretty much 426 for two crowds: the budget crowd and the rich crowd. And whichever way you fall in there, hey, still got a 426. I think that's how they should do it. Because like I didn't get a no to a 426 when I was talking about it. I did not get a no. I got a no plenty of times. Every time I kept talking about an MC20 and a Viper, or a Viper based off of MC20, I kept getting no's for that. But I never got a no talk about a 426 coming. I never got a no for a Red Eye Durango. I never got a no for a TRX with more power. But definitely when I was talking about the Viper and being based on the MC20, no, 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 no. But pretty much everything else that I was talking about, I got chuckles and smirks and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely probably going to happen. It just depends on, the weight. It's going to take at least about a year or two. So as I'm saying, the great thing about it is you got basically a year or two to save your money. Like I would go make sure you put a few $100 aside every month. Get a part-time job, because I guarantee you about 2 years, oh, there's gonna be something out there that you want. Gonna be something out there. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's a 426, because man, I would love to have a 426 TRX. That would be my ultimate 426 car. Between a 426 TRX and a new Viper replacement, those are the two things that I'm looking for. Oh man, that definitely be like, ooh, do I get rid of the demon? Do I keep the demon and stuff? I think that'd be the only two things that I would consider even buying if they actually come out with it. But it has to be a 426. I don't think there's anything else like that new Viper replacement. I hope they do a V10 in it. I would love for them to do it, but oh man, like they should do a V10 in that new car. Give it like something to kind of set it apart from the Corvette and stuff. I think a nice V10 and a new Viper replacement would be freaking awesome. Especially they do turbocharged, because not like they can't go to Calvo and go pick up one of their engines from them and kind of reverse engineer the kit and stuff and make it to a production car. So, but in order to kind of, I guess, recoup their costs and stuff, they can have a V8 version of it that go sell in carb states, and they go and put a V10 in it for like their ACR version. Like that'd be something that I think that they should do. Like if you want a V10, you gotta go buy the ACR version of this new Viper replacement and stuff, and then everything below that crap is just V8s. So I think that'd be a way to kind of like they kind of recoup their costs of developing this new Viper replacement and stuff, but and still be able to sell it to like multiple states. Because even if they put only like a 5.7 or 392 in a new Viper replacement car and stuff, you can always get forced induction in those other states and stuff, those carb states, and then still have you a pretty stupid fast car. So I'm hoping that that's the the way they kind of play that. You want a Viper replacement with a V10? Why not buy the Gen 5? Hell, you can't buy them. They're too damn expensive. They're like, hell, I would love to have a Gen 5 ACR and stuff, but them damn things like 250 grand. I ain't got 250 grand to throw away on a car that's like freaking what, almost 10 years old now. I'm like, come on now, that's crazy. Like, I mean, it's great that the car is holding its value and stuff, but I mean, if I want to go and drive and stuff, that's a lot of daggone money for a Gen 5 ACR and stuff. I mean, that's like, you know, 250 grand. I can go buy like a used Lambo or something like that. I can have more of a status symbol for 250 grand and stuff. But South Dakota is the closest state to register out-of-state vehicles for non-SD residents. But yeah, but then you got the problem that they got a problem with love a few. You know, California start targeting people with out-of-state tags. That's gonna be a problem right there. Let's see. I think the reason you got a no on the NC20 is because when you want to set lap records, the platform is slower than the Gen 5 ACR. I think the platform is slower, unknown, because they got a tiny ass engine there. They got like literally a V6 in there. It's a tiny engine with no displacement on there, right? It's like a 3 liter V6. I mean, come on, man. Like I think honestly, if they actually put some actual power to it, some oomph to it, then yeah, I think it might do well. I mean, it has to do well with a mid-engine platform, but I mean, that just goes to show that you know, being safe with a little V6 in there, like nah, it's like the Ford GT I can understand, but at least the Ford GT is like fast, but that freaking MC20 and stuff, it needs a bigger engine in there. It don't have enough power, don't have enough oomph to it. Hmm. I think the 426 would fit perfectly in the two-door Charger. Yeah, I mean the engine bay in there is pretty big. It's pretty much like a little bit bigger than the engine bay in a Challenger, and the 426 Hellfin is basically the exact same size as the Hellcat engine, right? So it's like the Hellcat engine would fit, 426 would fit. The currently Gen 5 GTS for sale about 100 miles from me and listed as $127,000. It is insane. Yeah, but I mean, if I go for a Gen 5, I want an ACR version. I want the most, like, I don't never buy the middle version of a car. Like, I always want the top version of it, right? And especially the top trim of it. I mean, hell, like, when I bought my Hellcat in 2017, that was the fastest version until the 2018 Demon came out the next year. I tried to get a 2018 Demon, but I got screwed around for it, right? 2023, like, I was gonna buy I had ordered a red eye, and then next thing you know, the fastest version is the D170. So I skipped over the red eye and got the D170 and stuff, right? Back in what 2024, the fastest version of the C8 Corvette was the Z06. That's why I got the fastest version of that crap, right? So now it's the mid tier, but when I went and tried to get it, it was the fastest version that they actually made. So if I go and grab a car, I always want the fastest version that came out, or let's just say the most extreme version. So if I was to get a Gen 5 Viper, I would want a ACR version because I'll drive on the street in like drag mode or track mode and stuff, just so I can be like, you know, I'll be that person. But if there is a new Viper trim, then I would definitely buy the high spec version of it. I get you there 100%. Got my red eye charger immediately when it came out with it. Yeah, so I mean, hey, I just buy the most extreme version that is available. Any Viper trim will be amazing to have. The rest is all hype. Well, I mean, you know, an ACR has that look, has that engineering stuff. So I mean, there's a reason why the damn thing still costs like almost $250,000 still. So, I know there's a lot of hype to them, but there's a lot of engineering behind it and stuff too, right? So, I can say the same thing about D170. There's a lot of hype around D170, and it's a heck of a lot, different from like a Red Eye or a Hellcat and stuff. Obviously because of the horsepower increase, but there's a lot of stuff that went into the D170. But the local police will know once one vehicle countertags other new other oh shoot I did have a buddy of mine where like he had two versions of the same car. So he had like man, what car did he had? I can't remember car. I think he had two Challengers. He had one Challenger that was stock and one Challenger that, let's just say, would not pass emissions. And so he would just take the tag off the one Challenger that was street legal and put it on the non-street legal car and stuff. that way you can drive that sucker. And I tell you, that car was like damn freaking fast and dangerous as crap. So it was just crazy how stupid fast that car was. So I know that's what my buddy did. But people will do that, right? Because like you get pulled over around here, they won't check your VIN number on the damn car. They'll just go license registration and stuff, hand to them, boom, bam, done. Like even the color of the car don't want to match because don't have to match because they were like, oh well, he's got his car paint and stuff. Like the only time you really gotta worry about them checking your VIN number on your car and stuff is when you're really being stupid and stuff. And they about to go impound your car. So as long as you don't get caught going 25 over, they won't check your VIN number. So a lot of people get away with that crap. Especially if this is like NASCAR country and stuff. You got a lot of drag strips around here. So they'll go do stuff like that. They'll have like two versions of the same car. One's street legal, one's not street legal. Put a tag on a non-street legal car and go drive around and stuff. So I've seen it happen plenty of times. But yeah, that does suck that you can't really, you know, have the crap where they'll come mess with you because you got out of state tax and stuff. Because you got to believe that once a lot of these cars come out and they have a lot of horsepower to them and you can't get them in California, oh, please believe that they're going to start cracking down on those daggone plates. I already know it. I already know it. Because they started cracking down around here on people out of state daggone tags because they was bringing in gosh, they're doing something with out of state tags and stuff. I think it was like some scam around here where they was like use like out of state tags to go drive stolen vehicles, some crap like that. They do vehicle inspections on the hood, under the vehicle if you give them a reason. Like they won't even do that crap here. They'll just basically go and just check your VIN number on your windshield, just make sure it matches the registration. Then that stuff don't match, then they go look at it. But other than that, they won't do it. When I got my 2017 RT Durango, 3 days after I got it, I got pulled over because the tags were still showing on the Chrysler 200 I traded in on. Oh yeah, yeah, that crap happens. They won't never update the daggone paperwork. Sorry to get off topics, but do you think Jeep should bring back the charcoal with a demon version? Well, the Jeep CEO did say they're going to be bringing Hemi versions back to Jeep because Jeep went on this rampage that no one who really drives Jeeps like that likes Hemis and stuff. So there's really only a handful of vehicles that can take Hemis in Jeep. Basically, the Grand Cherokee, the Wagoneers, and the Wranglers. That's about it. Now, any other vehicle that they have in that brand never really, was big enough to even put a Hemi in there in the first place. So I think the main thing they need to do is definitely bring back a Trackhawk and stuff. So I mean, especially if they keep it like the new Grand Cherokee and Durango basically about the same stuff to share the drivetrain. So I'm hoping that I think the reason why they didn't release the Durango's replacement was because that Durango replacement was going to be probably EV only. So I think that's why they delayed it off for them about 3 or 4 years so they can like re-engineer the drivetrain in there. But I was hoping that if they're going to basically have a Durango and a Grand Cherokee, they should base both those vehicles off of each other. Especially if you got like a Grand Cherokee and a Grand Cherokee L, the L version and the Durango should be basically the same exact drivetrain, so you can share drivetrain between both vehicles. And if you have a Durango Hellcat, you should have a Trackhawk for Jeep. I mean, you should do it and it's not like it's gonna be like a problem. Just do them built to order and stuff. But a lot of people like the Grand Cherokee over the Durango and stuff, especially the Durangos was old as freaking dirt. So I know people who like to have a Trackhawk and stuff, but I mean, it's like so a lot of people don't really like the new body style. Some people say the new body style of the Grand Cherokee is ugly compared to the previous version with the that was a Trackhawk. So I think the refresh is supposed to come in another year or two. So hopefully, the refreshed version of the Grand Cherokee will have a Trackhawk version in it. But I've had people tell me like, yeah, they would love to have a Trackhawk and a new Grand Cherokee, but they'll kind of be like on the fence because they hate the new body style. They hate how the new body style look kind of weird or whatever. Now I got a custom tag on it that says Mopar 80, and the reason I have 80 on it is the fact that 2017 was the 80th anniversary of Mopar. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I have to look it up to even type it on my phone to inform people who don't know, but the full name is 1972. Oh, okay. Huh. No, the police here are very chill. They just don't want you to die. The next gen Durango would definitely be Hemi power. I feel it. Yes, I mean, I'm thinking that, like I said, the only reason I believe because they had a replacement ready to go. That replacement Durango was supposed to come out next year, but they've has already been reported. And I showed you guys in like videos of the document that was like, yeah, the current generation of the Durango is extended to 2029. So I believe they delayed the replacement to the Durango a couple of years because they wasn't going to put a engine in it. They're going to make it EV only because that was the direction Stellantis was going. They're going to go EV only by 2030 or 2035. So they're going to start moving over all these vehicles to EV only because they got that crazy deal with California where they had to sell like 60-70% of their fleet as only EVs in California and stuff. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, it really made no other sense why they delayed it because I had people telling me last year that the replacement of the Durango was all set for and done. It's ready to go. And for some reason, they just delayed it. Like, so, but I'm thinking my best guess is because they was not going to put an engine in it. They were probably going to have basically an EV version first, release that first, then probably another year or two, release a Hurricane version of the Durango, which they saw how that worked for them for the Charger Daytona. They saw how great that worked. They were like, nah, we can't take any more L's because Stellantis has been taking L's for the last like 5 years. Like literally every single vehicle they've released has been a bomb. Like there is no vehicle they released after the TRX and the Wrangler 392 that's been a success story. None of them. Nothing's been a success. There's been no new vehicle developed by Stellantis that has been a success ever since, I guess you could say, ever since SRT was disbanded. The Hornet was a disaster. The new Charger was a disaster. The Wagoneers is a disaster. The Wagoneer S, the electric joint, that's a disaster. I don't see that Jeep Recon being a great selling vehicle and stuff. It's like every single vehicle that has been developed without SRT around has been a bomb, and they've been losing sales like ever since. Like all that nonsense Tavares was there going doing, it caught up to them, and so they're just basically to the point where they can't necessarily afford to take any more L's. So I mean, even with these 6-pack cars coming out, I don't think people are going to kind of get over the fact that that engine sounds like crap. So I think it might be some lukewarm sales because you got people who gonna get to the daggone car, but like, and then the cheapest version is like what 45 grand. So it's like, no one's gonna be buying that car for a budget car. So Dodge kind of priced themselves out of the market of a lot of people because I mean, majority of the cars, I want to say what I think what 50% of all the car sales from Dodge from Challenger to Charger was Pentastar cars, and those cars are typically in that 30 to 40K range, and they've gotten out of that range. There's no vehicles from Dodge in their price range unless you go grab a Hornet or a Durango. So it's like everybody wanted a Durango. Everybody want the cars because they want to like they have a Hellcat in it. So Dodge is gonna be in a very tough spot when those 6-pack cars go on sale and no one has a food stamp version. So I'm hoping that Dodge is gonna make another mid-sized car, which I mean it's gonna be kind of like iffy, right? Are they gonna make another car the size of the Challenger? It's gonna be a 2-door and a 4-door. They kind of make a budget car. They're gonna make like another Dart. Or they're gonna make a Neon or something like that. It just depends on what cars they're gonna actually come out with. But they gotta come up with a $30,000-$40,000 car, or they're not gonna have any volume. Like Dodge is in a very, very bad spot. I'm looking forward to next gen Durango because from what I've heard, it's going back to its roots and being a body or frame like the first gen Durangos, which I own in 1999 Durango as well. Um, I mean that's what we heard. We heard that it was basically be like I think it was what we heard. It's supposed to be based off the Wagoneers. That's why it's body on frame. But I mean, the thing is, if it was gonna come out another year or two, I don't know whether or not. Well, I don't think it's gonna be body on frame because they're talking about it's gonna move it to Windsor, and Windsor is still a large. So I don't think it's gonna be body on frame. I think that was just like a rumor for another vehicle they're gonna make because there was rumors that they're gonna make a Chrysler version of the Wagoneers and get it to Chrysler and stuff. But for what we knew, the Durango replacement was made in Windsor because Windsor has a still large platform and stuff. And if they're going to come up with that new Durango replacement within a year or two, they would have to take a line down now to go retool it for like a stellar frame because no one has said anything about the Durango getting moved over to like Warren Truck or Shap, which are the two plants that has a stellar frame. Not really stellar frame, but have a body on frame platform there. So I don't think that the new Durango replacement was going to be a body on frame car. I think that's something they probably talked about or they talked about another vehicle, but I don't think the Durango replacement was going to be a body on frame because, like I said, everything was pointing to that car or that SUV being in production in 2 years. There was no talks of any plant going down for a year or two to retool for a stellar frame. There was always talks about it going to Windsor, which the UAW got pissed off and started a whole campaign against Stellantis about that crap. Until Stellantis was like, "Oh yeah, we're delayed this. We're not gonna put it in Windsor anymore, right?" So it was widely reported they're gonna put that Durango replacement in Windsor, and Windsor can't make Stellar frame. They got to make Stellar large, so they're gonna make vehicles basically the same pretty much wheelbase as the Charger Daytona, 121 inches, which is pretty big anyway because it's the same wheelbase as the Grand Cherokee L version. Also, did you see TK's new video about the Chrysler? Posted a video on the story of the Chrysler. Yeah, I mean, we already know the Viper's coming back. We've already talked to people. They had people telling us that daggone Viper was already getting prototyped like a month ago. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some kind of Viper car by next year. Because if they are making prototypes now, like clay models and stuff, we should see some kind of like video or commercial or something by next year. So I'm not even worried about that. But yeah, I did see the video where TK said that, and how it proves even further that the Viper's coming back. Yeah, they might not even call it the Viper because I think people are gonna get pissed off if they put a V8 in it and stuff. So I mean, whether they call it a Tomahawk or some other daggone car, a Viper-ish type car to take on a C8 Corvette is coming. It's coming for a fact. There's like no reason for it not to be. Dodge will put Easter eggs out about it. We've had employees tell us that they're making prototypes for it. I've had people telling me that yeah, they got a C8 Corvette and they're a 01 in there doing engine benchmarks and stuff. So a Viper replacement is coming. It might not be called a Viper, but it's going to be a sports car. Let's see. The new body just doesn't fit the look of the track call. I love my 18 track call. Another question: do you think the value of the 1821 in a few years will increase considering it's rare? I mean, I honestly don't think so. I mean, it's like these Mopars is like right. They're just. I think because they're going to be coming out with so much great stuff that they won't be worth that much. Like I don't see them being like, hey, yeah, these are like Halo cars. They're gonna be double their value in a few years and stuff. Because I mean, they haven't really reached that kind of value in what 2021. So it's like 5 years later. So they haven't reached that kind of value in 5 years. I don't see them reach that much value in 10 years. Like it's kind of hard to see modern cars appreciating value and stuff because I mean, at the end of the day, all the electronics don't necessarily do well when a car gets old because you can't be able to enjoy them because stuff's gonna break down on them. So I don't see really other than a 426 car coming or like a low VIN number of the new Viper coming and stuff. I don't see none of these Dodge cars get to a point where they're worth a lot of money because like even the 2018 Demons, that's only 3,000 cars and for a 1 year run vehicle. So even them daggone things are getting to the 90s now. Like you can barely find 2018 Demons is like selling for like 120, 130 because the Demon 170 is selling for that price range. So that was a 1 year run. So if the Demon 2018 Demon ain't selling that great, I don't see any other car selling better than the 2018 Demon. And even D170s, I mean, you get them for like 130, 140, 150 and stuff. So, like D170, that's a 1 year run too. So it's like, I don't really see it. These vehicles having that kind of hit. Let's see. Do you think that for factory Ram truck is going to be a Ram? Do you think? Oh, do you think that Fox factory Ram truck is going to be a Ram truck or an upfitter truck? I say upfitter because I can't see Fox make a truck on Bilstein shocks. Well, I know from talking to somebody a few years ago that Bilstein was working on a new version of their shocks, and it's supposed to be like a newer version of the shocks on the TRX with multiple adjustments on there. For some reason, it didn't appear on the RHO for some reason, but I had people telling me that Bilstein was working on a version 2 of their shock system to kind of compete with Fox on the TRX. Will we see that on the new TRX and stuff? Maybe, but I had to ask my buddy and see whether or not they are still working on it. But I know they were working on a version 2 of the TRX shocks. I've been seeing that the Durango has been really good for Dodge lately in some awards. Can't remember what awards though. I don't think it was really for awards. I think it was just the fact that they were still a decent seller. Like they were still selling like 60,000 units in a year and stuff. But I mean, it had awards and stuff like that. But I don't think it was really awards. I think it was just like, I think it was just like it had the JD was that initial quality survey, something like that. Because I mean, it is an older vehicle and stuff, and it's been around for 16 years, so it should have the whole JD 90 days initial quality thing, yada yada yada. So it should have that at least. Another Dart with a 5.7 will sell like hotcakes, but I doubt it's likely to happen. Sadly, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. They need to bring back either a Dart or like a car the size of the Challenger and stuff. They got to bring in that middle tier car, and especially got to bring a car that's close to the size of the Mustang to compete against the Mustang. Because like I said, the Charger is way too big. You're literally trying to compete with cars in a car that has the same exact wheelbase as a 3-row SUV. I mean, the Charger now would basically be perfect if it was like a Magnum. If it was like a wagon, that'd be a perfect wagon car. And especially if they go exported like Europe and Australia and all the other countries that like fastbacks or hatchback, whatever you want to call that crap. I think the new Charger would be a great crossover as like a return of the Magnum and stuff. And I saw like some kind of document that said they're going to introduce a crossover next year. So maybe they take the Charger and turn it into a Magnum, bring the Magnum back. Because I was watching a podcast and Ralph Giles said the only reason why they didn't bring the only reason they discontinued the Magnum was because they needed to make room for the Challenger. They had to drop either the Challenger, no, in order to bring the Challenger into production at Brampton, they had to drop either the 300, the Charger, or the Magnum. And the Magnum had the lowest sales out of the three, so they dropped the Magnum in order to have enough production uh, capacity to bring the Challenger in. So the Magnum wasn't necessarily a bad seller. It just that it just sold the least amount of units and stuff, but it didn't mean it wasn't popular and stuff. But they should bring the Magnum back as an option, especially for around the world and stuff that likes those fastback saloons, whatever you call that crap. I think the video didn't prove anything. Ryan, who wants the Viper, is the interior designer for Stellantis. UNTK saying it's coming back. OC and Racer X said it's not. Nah, so like we was all sitting there and we were talking about the Viper and stuff. Basically, what they was telling us that the Viper will not come back as a MC20 and stuff. And then when you watch Racer X's video, you got to watch the very end when he tells you that, a lot of people didn't watch the end of Racer X video, but the last like 5 minutes, he tells you that, yeah, there's going to be like a Viper-like type car that's going to be coming and stuff. And it won't be a tradition like a Viper and stuff, but it's going to have all the bones of a Viper. So Racer has never said that it won't come back. He just said it won't come back basically the way that people think it'll be. So the car is definitely coming and stuff. It just we just have our different ways of presenting the same information. Because me, TK, OC Motivator, Racer X stuff, we was all just sitting there talking to the same exact people and stuff. So it's just different ways to interpret the same information and stuff. He basically brought it in the beginning of his video saying that yeah, the Viper's not coming back, blah blah blah. Then the last 5 minutes of his video, oh yeah, the Viper is coming back, but as a different type of car. It's gonna be kind of like a like it's not gonna come back the same way you used to. Me, I make a video talking about it, and I'm going like, yeah, I'll tell you from the beginning that yeah, like the first 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, yeah, the Viper's not coming back as an MC20, and I give you all the things that it's coming back as. So everybody does a different way of presenting the same information and stuff. We'd love to see a Viper powered by a Hemi V10 using the same design as the 5.7, 6.4, 22 Hemi and 6.2 supercharged Hemis, but stretched to fit another 2 cylinders in it. I mean, you just never know. I think the easiest thing for them to do is probably bring the V10 back. Um, but I mean, it's kind of iffy because they know if they bring a V10 back, it's only going to be able to be sold for like 3 or 4 years. So it's like, is the cost benefit going to be able to like, well, we got to retool everything for the V10 and stuff. Do we retool for 3 years and then have to discard it forever and stuff, or will we just use a V8 off the get go and go with a V8 route? Because at least with the 5.7, we can get it to come back, and then they already working on a Gen 4 Hemi version. So that Gen 4 Hemi project that got restarted and stuff, they're probably going to target that engine or whatever to go inside all these vehicles in the near future and stuff. So I figure by probably 2028, 2029, we might actually see that engine in vehicles and stuff. Because I know they was working on it a couple years ago. Then Tavares stopped it. Tim Kniss got pissed off, left, and then came back, and then it got started again. So how far along are they on that Gen 4 Hemi? Don't know, but at least we know that engine is in development and stuff, and more than likely that's going to be the engine's going to be in that new Viperish type car, because I don't think they're going to basically make a V10 from scratch, but it would be nice to actually, you know, use like, I mean, you know what? I would say use Ferrari to make some V10s for them, but Ferrari don't make V10s and stuff, so it would be something they get V10 parts from Ferrari, but Ferrari make either V8s or V12s and stuff. So we just had to see how it's going to happen. But I think they're not going to call it a Viper because they're not going to put a V10 in there. More than likely, it's going to be like a supercharged V8 engine in there, where they might have like a 392 version, then a Hellcat version, then a Hellcat version or whatever to take on the 01. So a Viper 426 Hellcat with 1300 horsepower. I mean, that might be. I mean that it just depends on what engine they can put in there, but that's what I'm thinking. Let's see. Been on point with predictions of 4 years. Oh yeah, I mean, like I had a person who told me that that they was gonna make a. So like they told me like what 2021, 2022 that they was making a newer Elephants. They were gonna make a smaller one based off the Hellcat engine, make a Elephant. But I couldn't necessarily say that in the video because I didn't want people to know that yeah, blah 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 person on blah 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 team told me exactly what they're doing with the Elephant. So I had to say in my video they're gonna make a detuned Elephant and stuff. So I hear about stuff that happens 3 or 4 years before it actually happens and stuff. Because I said there's going to be a Foundation Challenger like 2 or 3 years before the Foundation Challenger happened and stuff. So uh, the engine part, like I said, I haven't heard anyone within the company say they're using the V10. And so that's why I'm thinking they're not going to call it a Viper because they don't want to piss off Viper people. So that's one thing. It's going to be called another name with a V8. But it's still going to be a Viper-ish type car, but they're not gonna call it a Viper. Not piss off Viper people, but they've already had. I've had people who were in the Viper Club telling me that Ralph Giles had like secret meetings with some of the people in that club. They told him that a new Viper-ish type car is coming. So I've already had confirmation from people from multiple places. People from the Viper Club, people from CTC, executives. It's too much smoke for it not to be a car. And I'm thinking about 2 years we might see that car. Not for the RHO. The Fox Factory truck is a street truck. I sent you a DM on IG. Okay, I had to look at your DM and stuff. I haven't really been looking at stuff in like a week or two, um, but I do know that they were making a updated version for the Bilstein shocks, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be for the TRX. And so I don't know whether it's gonna be a street truck version gonna be on there or not, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a street truck. That they're gonna use Bilstein just like how they use them on like the Challenger and Charger and stuff. So I would have figured that they would do something like that. I don't think that Ram's gonna cross shop Fox shocks and Bilstein. They kind of pissed them off. I'm pretty sure if there is a street truck coming, which I've said, people tell me that they spotted a truck rolling around 24s that was a prototype. So I'm pretty sure a street truck is coming, and I had to think that Bilstein shocks are going to be on there, especially since they already had the programming and all that stuff already in their software to react to Bilstein shocks. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case. Let's see. It is a crossover SUV type. Yeah, that's what I think the Magnum's going to be. Man, you're not saying you're wrong, but a vehicle that got canceled because of no socket airbags and pricing, what sense does it make to bring it back? So that's what I'm saying. Unknown. They're going to basically bring it back more like the Corvette and stuff. They're not going to bring it back as the actual Viper. So they're going to bring it back at a cheaper cost and make it more mainstream. Because the thing with the Viper is it was hand built V10, so of course it was expensive and stuff. But they're going to bring back a more production ready version of that. So that's what I'm thinking. That new headquarters from SRT is going to basically be a production line for it because they don't have any place to build that car. They would need like a Stella medium line to basically produce that car and stuff. And if they do it like a Bowling Green is not a big place. If you go take a plant tour of Bowling Green, it's like an old ancient line with that literally runs Corvettes like every few minutes and stuff. So they don't make huge Corvette numbers in there. And then how they make so many Corvettes a year is they gotta have like a certain build procedure, right? So like they gotta make a Stingray every other car in order to keep the line running fast. So if there's like, let's say there's 5 Z06 orders, right? They gotta make Stingray Z06, Stingray Z06, Stingray Z06. That's why there's so many Stingrays out there because that's how that plant is set up. But Bowling Green's plant is not that big. It's it's really not big to make Corvettes and stuff. So that's why I'm thinking that if SRT get a headquarters and it's right around the size of Bowling Green, I think that's where you're gonna see this new Viper and that new little sports car made there at that headquarters, and it's gonna be made on the same exact line. Because I don't see them selling in big, huge volume numbers and stuff. But they just didn't want to basically update the Viper and stuff because at that point you had the Hellcats out, right? But now it's to the point where these cars that Charger is just so huge, they got to make a smaller car. And then as much money as Chevy's making off the Corvette and stuff, that's a huge untapped market if they can make like a sports car that can steal people away from the Italians and from Corvette and stuff. So it makes sense for them to bring it back. But the Hellcat Madam build that I see someone do is really nice, taking the front end, the latch end Charger, and the rear end of the Charger on to look real good to me. So I'm thinking they're gonna bring the Magnum back as a crossover. It makes a lot of sense in that car. That car is freaking huge. So I think the Magnum makes a lot of sense, especially they go sell that Charger Daytona EV in Europe and stuff. I think it makes a lot of sense. That car is so huge. It already has a hatchback on there. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too much harder to turn into a freaking crossover. Keyword but commonly as used in conjunction. On the other hand, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, man, can't answer the question. A Viper with a V8 isn't a Viper according to the community. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like it's not gonna be called a Viper. It might be called a Tomahawk. They just want to call it a Viper because they know people can get pissed off. But it's gonna be basically a Corvette sized car to compete with the Corvette and stuff. We just gonna basically just give it a placeholder Viper until there's actual name on there, right? So I think that's basically what it's gonna be. You think they might bring back old names Chrysler used before the name. These two Halo cars, like the affordable Halo car, be called a Coronet and a Viper, like expensive Halo car, like the Wraith. So I know for a fact one name they will bring back is the Duster. and I'm 99% sure that Duster name will be on that small, affordable car. I've had literally some of the top people tell me for a fact Duster will be a name coming back for sure. I'm pretty sure Cuda gonna come back, but I think Cuda hopefully comes back. I hope it comes back as an actual car, or at least a trim package with a 426 on there. But I know 100% you can book it that the name Duster will come back, and do have an active trademark for that name. Surprised we don't see them come out with the Stratus and Intrepid again. I don't think they was going to basically do that initially because cost of Varus and stuff. Like I think he honestly didn't want Dodge to be around, so I think he kind of sabotaged Dodge and forced them to basically make the Charger into one car. Or had a 2 door and a 4 door, and basically gave them that crappy Hornet. And then the Durango replacement, I'm pretty sure was going to be Hemi on, not Hemi only, but EV only with a Hurricane in there. So, I mean, every time I've talked about Tavares and stuff, especially how him and Tim Kniss didn't see eye to eye, and how Tavares sabotaged Dodge, no one has never told me that I was wrong. Like I've been told I was wrong about things, especially when people from Dodge send me messages that I was wrong about this or wrong about that. No one has ever sent me a message saying that I was wrong about Tavares, I was wrong about Tavares hating Dodge, Tavares and Tim Kniss not liking each other, or why Tim Kniss has quit. I never got a no on none of that stuff. So I'm just saying. I think Dodge was being slowly sabotaged so they can go sell the brand off because they don't want to sell cars. So I think that's mainly the case. Let's see. I think those sound appropriate, especially with a Ray for the stream performance Halo car to be called. A bit of popular opinion, but I think the Chrysler should go back to a luxury game by reviving itself, do a LeBaron, New Yorker, and Newport. I mean, hell, they could have made it Imperial. They could make an Imperial all over again. So why not? You already because hell, like that Charter Daytona, like I say, is a huge car. Go make an actual, I guess 300, 400 style looking car. Call it Imperial. It's a huge car. Like it's literally not that much shorter than an actual Audi A8L. What's the wheelbase of Audi A8L? A8L. Wheelbase. Audi A8L wheelbase. I think it's like 126. I think. Is it 126 or 130? No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, okay. Oh no, I was actually wrong. That wheelbase of an Audi A8L is 123 inches. So that big executive car is only 2 inches longer than the Charger Daytona. So, like I said, they can go make them an Imperial for Chrysler and based off of the Charger design. Make it a nice 4 door car. Make it an Imperial. Boom, there you go. You get you a nice luxury vehicle. And especially like all they gotta do is just leave the same drivetrain from the Charger Daytona in there and make you a nice luxury 670 horsepower car with the same wheelbase. I don't think no one would complain about that. I just would never make a electric Charger again until you're forced to. But other than that, I mean, there's a reason why. I mean, you have all these brands under Stellantis and stuff. You don't necessarily have to make an electric Dodge. Just make an electric Charger, not Charger, but Chrysler, and just make gasoline powered things in Dodge to give the electric vehicles to Chrysler or whatever, right? So I would have never would have made an electric Dodge. I would have just basically made a hybrid Dodge and just make an electric Imperial or something like that based off the Charger Daytona. But I mean that just me. Do you know if Dodge was still making sell the 6.4 BGE blocks and possibly sell them as crate engines? As far as I know, they're supposed to still be selling these crate engines and stuff. Especially now, they're gonna be popping them out even longer, and I think they're actually going to be they're actually going to be extending the 6.4 in the Ram trucks until like 2028 and stuff. I think they're supposed to go change over to that new Cummins engine, but I don't think they're going to do it yet. Because they're supposed to have that Cummins engine. They're supposed to have like a gas version, but I don't think they're going to switch over to that because I don't think they want to pay for that tooling and stuff like that. Because I mean, if you listen to TK and stuff, if we talk about Stellantis, kind of like cash strapped, so they can't really afford to basically start retooling for a lot of things. So I think they're going to keep the 6.4 around, and should be able to get blocks from them. They're probably just short right now because they're having to build 5.7s, boom, 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 boom. That's why they don't have really any Hurricane engines for production for like Shap and Warren Truck because they're trying to bang out as many 5.7s, boom, 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 because they need those Ram trucks to have those 5.7s in there in order to make money for the brand. Because Ram, from what everyone's told me within Stellantis, Ram was number one, Jeep is number two, and it's everybody else. So those two brands gets priority. So 5.7 definitely has a priority within Ram. That's like the most important engine basically within Stellantis right now, that 5.7, because that 5.7 goes in so many vehicles and that 5.7 goes in their moneymaker. So 5.7 all day long. The 6.4 is probably going to get back up there into where you can easily get this stuff, but definitely 5.7. Fox Factory dropped a teaser about a Ram truck that's not lifted. Fox Factory made the body kit for the Hennessy Mammoth 400, which had a lowering kit from Rodtech also owned by Fox. Oh wow, so Rodtech got bought out by Fox Factory Shocks? Oh wow, hey, I didn't know that. I thought I knew Rodtech looked a little different. Their website looked different. I didn't know they got bought out by Fox. What was that, Fox Shocks? Let me go Rodtech. Oh yes, okay. Fox Factory Holding acquired Rodtech in 2019. Expanded. Oh okay, yeah. 'Cause I remember. I was like, why did where the Rodtech change all of a sudden? I remember that was several years ago. I'm going like they website changed and everything. Okay, that makes sense now. I didn't know that Rodtech got bought up by Fox. Oh, that's crazy. Because I remember the guy. I remember there was a guy who was a big pro touring guy. He started Rodtech. Yeah, and that's why he's not with Rodtech anymore. They got bought out. I don't know why I never looked that up. Longer, taller, wider, and more weight than my Red Eye Challenger. It's a huge vehicle. How much horsepower do you think the new Viper will have? I mean, I'm going to say that this new Viper-ish replacement is going to basically have more horsepower than all the C8 Corvette versions, right? Because the one thing I can tell you about Stellantis is, or not even Stellantis, this is even before Stellantis, SRT is allergic to designing low weight vehicles. So the only way you can combat a problem with weight is throw more power at it. So I guarantee you that whatever vehicle that Stellantis makes, or I know Stellantis, I guarantee you whatever vehicle the SRT comes out with, they're gonna have more horsepower than the competition because they can't make low weight vehicles. They are allergic to it. There's not a single vehicle the SRT is designed that was like decent weight. There's not a single one that you can name. Like, I mean, the Challengers heavy as crap. How did they get over it being heavy as hell? They threw a ton of horsepower at it. So I mean, shoot, with the Hornet is heavy as crap, and they threw a ton of horsepower at it. Like I mean, I know a couple of horsepower ain't a ton, but it has the most horsepower in its segment and stuff. So you please believe that any vehicle the SRT comes out with is going to have more horsepower than the competition because they can't make lightweight vehicles. So I'm just saying. Uh, yeah, SRT was great at using nuclear bombs in gunfights. Exactly. So I guarantee you, any vehicle SRT comes out with is going to have more horsepower. And you got to figure they're going to use the exact same engines that we've used for the last several years because the Gen 4 version is not ready yet. And they got to basically put those same engines in the newer vehicles because they're going to have a lame duck time because that Gen 4 Hemi project, like I told you guys, was canceled by Tavares. So that Gen 4 Hemi probably could have came out in another year or two, but not anymore. So it's probably gonna come out in like 2028, 2029, whatever. Probably when the next administration comes in. But I mean, from what I heard about it, it's supposed to have like a direct injection, turbochargers, hybrid, and all that stuff in there. So it's going to be a great engine, but we're going to have a lame duck period of using the same exact engines that we're known that we are used to. So you're going to have 707, 807, 1025. So you're going to have those same exact engines used in these new vehicles and stuff. So you got to figure that if Dodge makes a, let's say they make a Z06 fighter, because Z06 has 670 horsepower, they use like a regular Hellcat engine that's 700 horsepower, right? Or they can go overkill and put the red eye engine in there, and you have a 670 horsepower Z06 versus an 807 horsepower Viper, right? And then you got the 01 having 1065 horsepower, and then the D170 engine has 1025. But I mean, will they, by the time that car comes out, will they put a stage kit on there, put a smaller pool in there, and make 11 horsepower? So there's ways they can go and up the power level and stuff, especially since they don't have to worry about carb. Because if you throw carb out the window and stuff, they can throw stage kits on there, right? Because I mean, you have the red eye engine going from 800 horsepower to what, to 875, 860, something like that, 888, something like that. So they can go crazy. I mean, the regular Hellcat went from what, 707 to what, 745, 750 something. So they can throw stage kits from the factory on those vehicles and stuff, because the stage kits was carb legal just a few years ago and stuff. I gotta believe that, federal only, that those same stage kits could be applied at the factory only and already come with more power. So I'm just saying that they're going to have way more power than the competition. Like, I don't think, because I even talked to Tim Knissis about that stuff, right? And he kind of made a joke that, because I was bragging on him, going like, look, when the TRX comes back, it has to have more horsepower than the Raptor R. The Raptor R is like what, 720 something, 730 something horsepower, and the TRX gonna come out with 702. He was like, you ain't able to tell the difference between 720 and 702, but I'm not saying I don't have an ego and stuff, but I mean, he kind of like laughed it off and stuff. But when the TRX comes back, that's gonna be like a bad example, because in order to bring the TRX back faster, they gotta bring it back the exact same way it was in 2024. So it has to come back with a 702 horsepower. But the year after that crap, and that's why I think you're gonna see a more powerful TRX. Basically, not in January when it comes back out. I think after that you're gonna see a more powerful one, either through stage kits or they're gonna do a red eye version. Because I did talk to some people within Dodge, and they couldn't contain themselves when I kept saying red eye, red eye, red eye, red eye, especially for the Durango and the TRX. So I'm thinking you're going to see 800 horsepower versions of those vehicles and stuff, just not see it in January when they come back, right? Because even the Durango Hellcat is delayed as well too. So I'm thinking they're delaying because they're trying to get stuff certified. So I'm hoping that we'll see, like, I was going to think about roadkill nights next year. I think we're going to see a ton of damn horsepower. Just this time period between this roadkill nights and until like the summertime next year, because they got to go get stuff crash tested, certified, all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. We got a lame duck year. I think once this lame duck period is done for, then you're going to see all the boom, 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 boom horsepower and stuff. So they can't just necessarily just immediately throw a red eye in like a TRX right now, because they had to wait. I think they said like maybe like between like a year to 18 months, whatever, for something to get certified. That's how long it takes, because they was explaining to us that everything since COVID is taking a lot longer to get it either tested or approved. So I mean, even with the stage kits, for example, right? They told about stage kits in what, 2021, and we didn't see the first stage kits get released until 2023. So that was 2 years to get certified just for stage kits. So you got to think, for a vehicle, you're probably going to see in like a year or two the same thing, a red eye Durango in like maybe like 2 years, whatever, right? So they already announced the Durango Hellcat this year. So maybe by 2027, you might see a Durango red eye. You may see that roadkill nights. They might announce it, and then you might be able to order until January 2027. So it's going to take time, but I think we're going to see some crazy cars. We just got to wait, because I'm telling you, we got a lame duck period. Do you think it's possible to swap the interior of the new Charger Daytona into an older 2015 model? Nah, I don't think you can because the car is 100% different. There's nothing similar between the two cars, and then the um the car is just so much bigger. Like the car is like I think they said the car is like 4 to 6 inches longer than the previous car. Then it's also wider too because it has the built-in wide body and stuff. So it was like they go like maybe like 0.3 inches wider. They got to put marker lights on there. So the car is wider and stuff. The car is bigger. Um, so I don't think you better use the interior between the two different cars because like that. The new Charger is like basically like a whole brand new body from the ground up and stuff. So it's obvious they went and tried to make the new one look way different from the old one and stuff. So I don't know if you better share really any parts between the two cars and stuff. So especially after having one for like a month, I don't see any similarities in the car. It would be nice if Dodge does what you said in one of your videos and jailbreak all levels of Durango. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's old. Why not? Every version of the Durango should get a jailbreak. Like literally, all the stuff from the Durango Hellcat, put it on a. I mean, not like even if it's not if you exclude the 5.7, jailbreak the 392 version, right? To give people the ability to jailbreak not at the Hellcat price. So, especially if it's like a 5.7, because if people in car sales can't get a 392 or a Hellcat, let them jailbreak a 5.7 and get a supercharger kit and have a 600 horsepower supercharged Durango jailbroken. You could charge like say I can understand they did it. We're like, well, if you want to jailbreak your 5.7, we're gonna charge you $2,000 or $3,000 because we're gonna give you Brembo brakes, whatever, right? So I can understand it then, or we'll give you like the interior out of the higher spec car. I mean, why not? So I mean, heck, you can take a 5.7 and get some good power out of it, especially when your warranty's over with, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure you could throw out some turbos on a 5.7, get some forged internals in there, and make almost 1,000 horsepower out of a 5.7 if you go and build and stuff. So why not? This thought is based on me watching the WC Lone Star Le Mans 6 hour. A lot of Cetus and the Dodgers return to NASCAR. They return to the race. I mean, it'd be interesting and stuff. I mean, I would love to see them go and actually, if they were to go and make like this new Viper-ish type car, I'd love to go see them go in the same events that the Corvette is in, and go do those races, or go do Le Mans with this new Viper-ish type car, and go do the Nürburgring with that, and go and just show people that yeah, we are back. We're engineering some of the best cars in the world. I would love to see them do that for that type of car, because that'd be like the one car that's like actually track focused. Because I mean, everything else that Dodge does is drag strip based, drag pack, demon, super stock, and stuff like that. So it's like it'd be nice if they took that new car to kind of basically boom, put their stamp on the map, go after all of the C8 records and shatter them, because they already have a benchmark of what to go to. And I think that'd be something they should do. And literally, whatever car it is they're going against, out horsepower. They have the engines to out horsepower everybody, right? And not just with a supercharger. So, I mean, what's to say they won't go and develop a turbocharged kit and put it on a new ACR or whatever, right? Or just go to supercharger, right? I mean, it'd be cool if they had like a 1,300 horsepower 426 Elephant ACR, and you could use E85 in there. I mean, of course, you'll go through and chew through fuel economy, but I mean, hell, 12, 13 horsepower on E85. Oof, I mean, that'd be a decent track day. At least you ain't got to worry about carrying around race fuel and stuff. It's a lot easier to find E85 than this race fuel. So that's what I'm hoping that they do for this new era and stuff. Like when they come up with all these new Hemis and stuff, especially all the supercharged ones, take the technology from the Demon 170 and filter it down to the lower cars. Because I'm pretty sure, you know, E85 on freaking just a regular Hellcat should give it a decent boost. So I mean, heck, could it take a regular Hellcat to maybe 770, 780, whatever, with E85? I mean, I would love to see it. You got the technology from Demon 170, because I mean that's what they did for 2018 Demon. 2018 Demon had all the little things in there, and then boom, the 2019 or 2019 Red Eyes stuff had pretty much all that technology in there from the 2018 Demon. Only they didn't put in there was all the little race fuel stuff. But I mean, hope they go and use E85 on these newer engines and stuff to give people the ability to go and really have the option of what you want to do. You want to run 93, have um this horsepower, or you want to run E85 and go to that next level of horsepower and stuff. So I hoping they go that route too. Like a G3 version of the Viper Halo car in isolated Rolex, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that's one thing. I hope they go and actually make a version that'll go every event that the Corvette has been in. Go and make it your goal to go and beat all of the Corvette's records and stuff, because Chevy basically taunted Dodge with their Zero One commercials and stuff. They literally targeted pretty much all of the Viper's records and stuff, and went and shattered every one of the Viper's records. So I will go basically return the favor and make this new car and try to outbeat Chevy at every point of that car. I mean, like I said, SRT is allergic to making lightweight cars. So I'm hoping that if they do go make a new Viper replacement and stuff, that yeah, they're gonna try to make an emphasis on make that car, if not the same weight, but a little bit lighter and have more horsepower and stuff. That way they can go and just decimate their car. And I mean, heck, like if they, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how they would start off the cheapest version of this new Viper type car, where they started off with a 392 in there, and then every version on top of that is a different Hellcat version. You have a Hellcat version that takes on the Z06. You have like a red eye version that might take on the E-Ray or whatever. Cause that'd be interesting too, right? If they go and make an actual hybrid version, they go take on the E-Ray, an all-wheel drive version, or would they just take the actual all-wheel drive system from the Charger Daytona and put it in certain versions of this new Viper-ish type car and have it just all engine, all-wheel drive straight engine that had a button to push to go straight rear-wheel drive only mode? I think that'd be a cool option for them to do too. So I mean, could you imagine had like 1,000 horsepower in a Viper-ish type car, all-wheel drive, and then you push a button and it's rear-wheel drive only, so you can do donuts and burnout stuff like that? I think that'd be pretty cool. Do you think they will develop those stage 3 kits for the red eyes getting up to the Demon horsepower? So those stage 3 kits, from what I was told, were all done. They had all them circuits done. They're just waiting on carb. So the only reason why you haven't seen any stage 3 kits is because of carb. So carb is the reason why you have not seen them. I would love to have an open color book for them. I hate being restricted on colors like plum purple. I would love to see Durango color, even as pink pattern. So I mean, I told the Dodge CEO, I like, look, I mean, if I paid you enough money, allow me to paint my daggone car whatever I want. I mean, if I want to have a Sublime Green TRX, I should be able to pay you an extra 10 grand to paint me a Sublime Green TRX and stuff. I mean, all you gotta do is just paint the damn thing black, take it over to Penske, paint a Sublime Green and deliver it to me. I mean, what's the problem? I mean, like Dodge is leaving a lot of money on the floor. Like you should be able to have like kind of like a MSO or like a what was it, an Audi exclusive, somebody stuff like that, where you can go and pay a little extra money and stuff to get things done. Because I mean, you can go to these Germans and get like a custom interior stitch. You go get a custom interior color. You go get a custom exterior color and stuff. I mean, if people are willing to pay the extra money and stuff, why not do it? Because you got cats who are spending 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 over a sticker for a markup. With that same person go find a dealer that's gonna sell them a vehicle at MSRP, and they take that 20, 30, 40, $50,000 and go and put it into actual customization through Dodge and actually be warranted through Dodge. Right? I mean, how cool would it be? You had like a like like an all red interior or all like blue interior and stuff, and you got like a blue car, or you go build you like a Superman spec car. So it'd be pretty cool if they did that crap. It's a lot of money on the table that they can make from people. Cause not everybody's gonna do it, but you got a lot of people who are fanatical like that. They'll probably make hundreds of cars a year custom, either custom interior color, custom exterior color, whatever. Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure they did it like MSO. People would do it. Because I mean, like I said, I would love, because I would do it if I was able to make like a Sublime Green TRX to go along with my daggone D170. That's one thing I would do. If I had to pay like 10 extra grand and it jacked my price up to my car 10 grand, I'll try to negotiate with the dealer. Then not like maybe like 5, 10 grand off the window sticker, and then I try to eat in that cost of the actual paint job. by trying to negotiate for a lower price of the car. But I think they should do that crap. Racing against a Mustang and Le Mans would be a Mopar fan dream come true. I mean, heck, not even just that, right? I mean, with the new TRX and stuff, go do Baja races. Go try to embarrass the Raptor R. Like go like all the events these dudes are doing. Go and try to beat them at their own game. Like go and actually do that crap because you're going back to NASCAR and stuff. You might as well go to other motorsports and show people that you're back. That you're on the map. Like it's no holds barred. Anything goes. So I'm saying like hell, go compete in the Baja 1,500 whatever, and put like 1,000 horsepower in a TRX and go and smoke a Raptor R. Go do Le Mans. I just have a way more damn horsepower than everybody else. Like just do it. Oh, appreciate you, Artemis. Do. There is one woman that goes to Christ the Nationals. She has a 27 Durango, I think, and she wrapped it in Pink Panther with racing stripes. Yeah, so I mean, like I told him, like, look, y'all need to damn go and do this. Like, hell, like I will hope that if SRT comes with this new campus, whatever, that you can go and actually do like an SRT exclusive, something like that, and you can go and whether or not it's prefix or Penske, whatever, go and get a custom paint job. It's on your window sticker and stuff, and then you go pick it up from SRT's headquarters. Because that's something I was talking to Tim about. Like, it'd be cool if y'all get this new headquarters and stuff. People can come in, that you can order a car from there, talk to an engineer and stuff, kind of like that one-on-one with your car. Like anything that's like anything that's like either turbocharged, supercharged from SRT, you can go do that crap. He did say he want to do events and stuff like that. So I would like to see more personalization, more customization, more of a personal feel, because that's the one thing about about Dodge and stuff. There's a lot of close relationships people have with their cars, with engineers and stuff, but it's like the company doesn't act on it, right? There's not really anything personal when you buy a car, like because I remember when a few years ago where you can go and do like a European delivery where you can go order you a Audi or a Mercedes Benz, whatever, go fly over to freaking Europe and crap, and go take delivery of your car from the factory, go do like a little factory tour and do that. But we don't do that here in America. Like I'm pretty sure if Dodge did that for SRT and it was built in America or whatever, I think people would do it, especially if you pay like a couple grand and you can go help hand assemble your engine, or you can go put the last few pieces on your car, or whatever, and you can sign it, before the door panel get put on there. I think people would do that crap. It's a lot of money that they are leaving on the floor. Because I mean, that's one thing I would like to do. I would like to go and actually help build my vehicle and stuff, signing and stuff. Go put like a little plaque on the engine. There's a lot of personal stuff that you could do for SRT that I think will make them a lot of money. Yeah, people are car enthusiasts, like all of us, have a personal connection with them, and we want our vehicle the way we want it. Yeah, so I mean that's what I'm going, like, I was saying, if it was like something reasonable, if it was like maybe like jailbreak is already reasonable, like $1,000 you can do your different color interiors without any restriction stuff. That's reasonable, right? If it's like uh if it's like you could paint your car literally any color in Stellantis umbrella and stuff for like 5-10 grand, I think a lot of people would do that crap. I mean, if it was, because I know they said, oh well, we might not be able to, paint that many of them. But if you had like a slots where hey, look, we're only going to paint 100 cars this year, so you got to get your orders in and get your spot reserved, and we're only going to paint 100 cars every year. I think people would do that. Like I said, especially if you go and you don't got to worry about carb states. So people who got to worry about getting these carb stamp cars and stuff, and it takes back to the state. If you had just like one car, don't got to worry about that crap. People can go buy them cars in Texas or wherever, Florida. Go buy your car, go get it specced out, get on your little reserve list. Like even if it's 100 cars, maybe even 30 cars, whatever, right? And then I'll see it. What was that? Slate. or slate. They don't even paint your car. They just wrap it. So I mean, I don't know how that's gonna go with a $100,000 Mopar or whatever. But I mean, I think that I think a paint would be a better option. But I mean, wrapping it, I don't know. I don't know if a factory wrap would be. Oh, are you saying the same thing? Wrap is better. But I mean, I don't know if. I mean, would you want to wrap $100,000 car and it won't be on a window sticker? I mean, I can understand from the factory you get like a PPF on your car. It already comes PPF from the factory, or it comes a matte PPF. I can understand that part, but I don't know about I'll do a wrap where it does a color change because your car technically won't be that color when you take the wrap off of it. So I think like a factory PPF, because I think the Mustang does that now, where you can go get PPF from Ford from the factory, and your car delivered with PPF on it and stuff. So I think that would be something to do. And yeah, Volvo does or did that as well. Go over there and watch your vehicle being built and take delivery of it, see it being shipped. Yeah. Because I was like, yeah, because I was gonna order an Audi RS7. I'm gonna order Audi RS7 like a long time ago in Panther Pink and do the European delivery. Go over there, stay the night, and then go to the factory delivery the next day. Then I think you got basically like a few weeks before you got to drop it off at one of the ports where they get shipped back to the United States. But you could take your brand new car, go drive on Autobahn, go take a vacation with it. I think a lot of people did that crap where they'll go order a brand new Mercedes or Audi or a Porsche, whatever, do the European delivery and stuff. That way you have like technically your rental car, it's really your own personal car. Then you go drop it off at a port, and then you'll see it in like a month when it crosses the sea. So I don't think they do that crap no more. But I mean, that was something that was cool that they did. So that's what I'm like. I wish the SRT would do, because I would love to go take a flight up to freaking Detroit, take delivery of my car, and regardless of like you either drive it back home or arrange for it to be shipped from that dealership, not dealership, but shipped from the plant to your house, whatever. I think that'd be pretty cool. Uh, BMW has a personal pickup in Munich at the HQ. Yeah, I know a lot of them did. I don't know if they still did it or not, because I know ever since COVID and stuff, a lot of them stopped doing it. Because like I think the same thing with the Corvette. Because I wanted to go be part of the whole engine building experience for the Z06 engine, but they didn't offer it anymore because of COVID, and back in like 2023, 2024. So I mean, that's one thing I would love to see that for the same thing with SRT. I would love for pretty much every engine that is either supercharged or turbocharged, you can go be part of the engine building experience. That way you can go be hands on with your engine and stuff, and you can have the person who built your car put a plaque on there. You put a plaque on it as well too with your name on it too. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh man, I've been on for almost 2 hours, but yeah, I'm a I gotta finish upload this video because I'm gonna have. I'm probably gonna upload maybe 2 videos a day for the next foreseeable future, because I gotta kind of make up for the lost time that I wasn't making any videos and stuff, and I gotta kind of um you know pay for the demon with my channel and stuff, and then I got my key on me. Where my key at? Oh, there's my key. And then uh I gotta use my channel to help pay for these two bad boys, my Demon 170 and the Z06. So I gotta crack out videos. I'm not gonna be like TK, make 5 videos a day, but I'm probably gonna make 2 videos a day for the next month or two, because I got a lot of stuff I gotta deal with. I got a lot of crap I gotta they're gonna try to make up for, and then I gotta basically do some estate crap. So I'm gonna be quite busy and stuff, and I might make some more merch. But I did make some Hemi inspired merch that I'm hoping that a lot of people start buying and stuff. I'll probably let me see. I did make a website. Oh, where's my mouse at? Oh, look at my mouse right there. Yeah, I did make some Hemi inspired merch. So, oh, let me see if I can I zoom in? So I got me this Hemi inspired shirt. Hemi in like the, the old Dare font. So it says haters envy my influence. So I got that done. So I got a few more that I'm gonna make, but I thought that right there was pretty cool. Haters envy my influence for Hemi and stuff. So I figured that'd be like cool to have like the Hemi name and then like how it kind of like works with me and the being an influencer and stuff. So I do got to finish making the Kuda one. I think I got one for Kuda where it was like create, upload, do it again. So it's kind of like influencer, basically versions of like the iconic Mopar names. So Dodge can come after me for using Hemi on a piece of shirt because this is basically an acronym for haters envy my influence. So I'm trying to trying to skirt the line, trying to be like a like a habitual line stepper and stuff. So I'm hoping that I can get my merch sales in there too because I do definitely want to. Oh man, I do got to make up for lost time and stuff, and then I got to go and take care of a few things, and then also save money because, like I said, this new car, this new Viper-ish type car. Oh, I definitely believe it's gonna be like $150,000 car, especially the top version of it and stuff. So that's a lot of money to save between now and like 2 years. So I need to go ahead and get started, get cracking and stuff, and kind of get back on the grind of making a bunch of videos, hopefully design merch and get some merch sales and stuff. And then I know me and TKOC we're talking about getting some stuff together. We've been talking about getting this website together. So I might stop, procrastinating and then go and get this website up and going because we're gonna have it to where it's gonna be like a pretty good website. So I gotta kind of stop kind of like dragging along and actually build the sucker out. But this website right here with my merch on there, it's just basically just buttertheinsider.com. So it's basically linked in every video going forward. But if you definitely want to help support the channel stuff, you can go and buy some of my my inspired merch stuff. I got different designs on there. Yeah, I even made some socks. Where like one sock lid has the I thought this was pretty cool. One sock lid has the red eye engine on there. The other one has the Hemi line logo on there too. So I got a lot of crazy different merch stuff. So I'm gonna say I'm about to get off here. I gotta make sure my son is bathed for school tomorrow. It is 11 o'clock. I thought I could get off here at 10 o'clock, but let me go ahead and switch my screen back. But yeah, I'm gonna go get up out of here. Oh man. But I'm definitely gonna see you guys later, and I'll see you guys videos I'm gonna make. Excuse me. But I'll see you guys next time.